Hello everyone. The topic of this video is foreign key constraint. Constraint is very important part of SQL. SQL constraints are used to specify rules for the data in a table of database. They are used to limit the type of data that can be inserted into the table. Constraints ensures accuracy and reliability of data in a table. In case of any violation of constraint, some action is taken. There are many commonly used constraints in SQL like not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check constraint, default, and index. So out of that, we will learn here foreign key constraint using some examples. Let us understand what do you mean by foreign key. Foreign key is a type of constraint. It is a column or set of columns that establishes a relation between two tables. The foreign key of one table references the primary key of the other table. Foreign key maintains referential integrity between related tables. The table that contains foreign key is called a child table or referencing table. The table referenced by the foreign key is called as parent table or referenced table. The main purpose of foreign key is to ensure that only those values will appear in child table which are present in parent table. Foreign key is implemented according to the mapping cardinality. There are two types of foreign key constraints, column level and table level. When a foreign key contains a single column, then it is column level foreign key constraint. When a foreign key contains more than one column, then it is table level foreign key constraint. Let us understand mapping cardinalities. There are four types of mapping cardinalities: one to one, one to many, many to one, and many to many. We will see one practical example of foreign key constraint implementation. That example is of column level foreign key constraint, and the mapping cardinality we are going to use in this example is one to many or many to one. Let us consider two tables or two relations, department and employee. We can see that there is one to many relationship or one to many mapping cardinality from department to employee. Means one department can have many employees. Or we can say that there is many to one type of mapping cardinality between employee to department. That is, many employees belong to one department. Here, while implementing this into the Postgres, we will have to create first the table as department, because primary key of department table is inserted as foreign key in employee table. Generally, the table which is having one's relationship is having a primary key and it is inserted as foreign key in the other table which is related with many's relationship. Hence, we will have to create department table first before creating employee table. Let us see now practical implementation of foreign key constraint. Here we have considered one company database, and in that we are going to consider two tables, department and employee. In one department we can have many employees and one employee belongs to one department. Means there is one to many relationship between department to employee or we can say that there is many to one relationship from employee to department. Means the mapping cardinality that we are going to use is one to many from department to employee or many to one from employee to department. In both the cases, the primary key of one's table we are going to insert in many's table. Means we will have to create department table first with department number as primary key and one more field called as department name. So our department table has two fields. Now next table we have created is employee table, where employee number is a primary key and department number is a foreign key. The second field is foreign key, which is department number, data type integer, and the keyword as references, and it is referencing the table department. So here in the second field, foreign key is implemented. So department number is a foreign key which references primary key of table department. Then next the fields are employee name, salary, and birth date. So employee number, employee name, salary, and birth date, these are the fields of employee table, plus department number is a foreign key. While creating foreign key constraint in the child table, position of foreign key doesn't matter. To see that, let us drop the table EMP and let us create the new table EMP one more time, where department number is a foreign key and it is mentioned at the last. As you can see that here department number is mentioned at the last and still the table is created. And in first implementation here department number was the second field. So the foreign key that we are going to implement in the child table, its position doesn't matter. We can insert it in any position. Foreign key constraint can be implemented using one more syntax with the keyword foreign key. Same example we have considered here, where department and employee is related with one to many relationship. So department table has department number as primary key and department name field. Employee table is a child table with employee number as a primary key and department number as a foreign key. Here foreign key is implemented using foreign key keyword. Here department number we have declared as integer because the data type of the department number, which is a primary key, is also integer. Then the more fields are employee name, salary, birth date. Now let us understand one more important point related to foreign key constraint implementation. Here consider the same example again, department to employee relationship. So department number is a primary key field of department table, which is parent table, and department ID is a foreign key of employee table, and department ID is referencing the department number field, which is primary key field of department table. Now how to have the relationship between these two? It is by using the foreign key keyword. So foreign key department ID references department table. So it will reference that department ID with department number field of department table. Let us see now how to insert data in department and employee tables. Already some records are inserted in both the tables. We have inserted 3 records for department table, and in employee table also some records are inserted. We can observe that in employee table for department number column some values are repeated because the mapping cardinality here we have used is one to many from department to employee. Means one department can have multiple employees. That is why that department column can have repeated values. So we can see that 2 records are there from sales department, 3 records are from marketing department, and 1 record from purchase department. Means what? If department number is present in department table, which is parent table, then and then those values can be inserted in employee table, which is child table. Now, if we want to insert some records with department number 103, then should it get inserted? Of course not, because 103 department number is not present in department table. Let us try to insert that in employee table. Yes, what we have observed here, that it has given us the error that key 103 is not present in the table department. Hence, we cannot insert data in employee table with department number as 103. Let us see now how to drop the tables when foreign key constraint is implemented. So let's try to drop the table department first. As we give the command drop table department, it is not allowing us to drop the table department first, because department is a parent table and child table employee is dependent on that. So we have to first drop the dependent table, which is child table. Means we will drop employee table first, and then we can drop the parent table. We will conclude this topic by recalling the syntax of implementing foreign key constraints in PostgreSQL.